Okay, so let's work on this Pixie server. So what this server is, let's see, let's get a definition. So what a Pixie server is, it's you set up a server here in the environment. It stands for pre-boot execution environment. So what happens is you have thousands of servers to put an operating system on. Okay, you're not going to go to every server and use the CD and run all those things. So what you're going to do is you're going to install the operating system using the network. And you could do that for thousands of computers simultaneously. So that's where the Pixie server comes in. Okay, so what is happening here is you set up one server in the environment and then you install all the packages which is required and you install, you set up some HTTPD and you set up some services and you do some configuration. After that, when you kickstart the new server, what will happen is it will either boot from the CD or it will either boot from the network here. So let's see here. If I'm restarting this option here and I hit F12, so you get this option here, right? Either you could boot it from the hard drive, you could boot it from floppy, CD, or LAN. Okay? So for everybody with me, you could boot the computer from LAN. Do you guys agree that?
Yes. One more time, brother. I missed some question. One more time, please.
You know how you install the operating system using the CD? You go in here and you go into storage, and then you go here and you add the CD, right?
That is correct.
Yeah. Instead of doing it from the CD, we're gonna do it from the network. Okay?
Okay.
For that, we are setting this server up. Once we set the server up, we should be able to get a good picture that how it's booting from the server instead of booting it from the CD for the installation.
And this is the server. PC server is the one that we can boot. We can install any kind of software on the remote server.
Exactly.
Any kind of server. Okay. Any kind of software. Thank you very much.
Usually it's made into like a big package. So when you have, like, for example, when you have a Windows server, somebody gave you from your work, somebody gave you the Windows laptop, right? It already has operating system and it already has Windows, all the software that is needed. So most of the time it's like 15 to 20 software that need to be installed on your computer, right? So you're not going to do that for each and every computer and going into each and every computer installing it. You install on one computer and capture it and make it a CD out of it. Okay? It's called an ISO image. Once you do that, you make it available to the Pixie server, and that image goes down to all the other computers. So it may not make sense here, but once we set this up and when it's working, then it will give you a better understanding. Okay? All right, let's move forward here. So for this, I'm going to shut it down here. I need to go on to the internet to download something. Okay, so I'm gonna go into settings here, network. I'm gonna enable the NAT network. Okay. Okay, now I'm gonna do what is the IP address? Okay, it's kind of picking up the IP address here, so I'm not gonna make it static at this moment here. So let's move forward. You all know how to set those things, right?
Yes, sir.
Okay, good. So for us to set up the Pixie server, we need some we need some services turned on here. Give me 1 second and let me open this window. It's kind of hot in Chicago, 36 degrees. What's the temperature there in Florida?
My telephone is telling me 60 temperature today.
But you feeling chills over there or what?
Oh yeah, I'm cold, man.
I'm trying to turn on the air conditioner.
I did. No, I have jacket on, man.
Now you can break it on.
46 is like, we take it. It's summer for us.
Yeah, 36. And then turn it off, and then so you don't have to wear a jacket.
Yeah. All right, man. It's okay. It's all good. Okay, so let's see here. So what you need is you need to install some software. Give me 1 second here. Okay, yeah, I'll come to that here. So the very first thing you need is you need a package for DHCP, right? You all know by now what is DHCP server, right? Okay, now actually you will now know what a DHCP server is. So you need to install so you need DHCP, you need TFTP server, transfer, TFTP stands for transfer file,
Protocol.
what is another T stands for? DHCP stands for, TFTP is,
Private File Transfer Protocol.
TFTP?
Yep.
Or trivial file transfer?
Protocol, yep.
Okay. And it's UDP. Okay, we'll know why we talked about TCP and UDP way earlier in the class. So DHCP, TFTP, and sys Linux. Okay. Okay. So these are the packages we need here. So let's go ahead and install it. So I'm going to do yum install. I'm just going off the internet and doing this. Okay. Sys Linux -1.
Like more complicated than the DNS that we did.
Oh yeah, it's complicated. That's why you get paid the big installer. Now you know, right?
No, I still don't know, but it's getting complicated every single day.
Yeah, you just have to master it. Okay, just do 2 times. You know, you have. The good thing is you are actually working on the same exact operating system that you will be working in a real world scenario. So that's a very good thing. Okay. So anything you're doing, any problems you're facing, this is what you will be facing at work.
It's me, Obed. I got a question. Do they provide some kind of a documentation, required documentation, or they want you to follow their documentation, or just make changes a little bit if you can? Is there anything like that at work? Like they want you to do something and they want you to follow their documents?
No. Yeah, there are some documents already there. It's called SOP, Standard Operating Procedures. Okay.
Procedures. Okay.
And what I'm putting together is this is actually SOP. So you could put down on resume that you created SOPs. Okay. This is.
Right.
And you go in here, and if the document is outdated, you go in there, you make changes, and you create a new one, and then you publish to the team.
Right. Well, okay. Yep. That's all I wanted to know.
In fact, before the end of the class, pick one topic, and then create one for me, and then send one to me. Okay. Pick any easy topic, and then create step-by-step instructions. And if you need to put some, screen grab or something, screenshot, put that in there and send it to me, because I want to see how you're going to create a SOP.
Sure. I mean, do you want me to create a document how I did any troubleshoot I did, or anything?
Exactly.
Okay, I will. No problem.
So if you have like a non-common problem and you found the troubleshooting, create a document and send it to me.
Okay. Sure.
This is exactly what we've been doing. I probably created thousands of documents so far at my work.
Oh, I believe it. You do it like many times every day over here.
Yeah.
First, I think I'm going to work on, this week I'm going to work on, DNS thing. So I'm going to try to work on this. If everything goes smooth, if I get some errors, things like that. So I'm going to try to make a document on that. If that's so, but if everything, I will do it on that, I guess, on DNS. Because I haven't done anything on DNS.
Okay.
And the rest of the other guys, we're going to work on, like, in my extra class. Like, group study. And then we're all going to create one.
Yeah, but just honestly, if you keep following the documents that Brother Zafar created, and you follow dot by dot, you'll get it done. But definitely, we would love to have another group study session to do all this stuff one more time. So it will give us the practice also.
Right. Sure. Yeah, that's how even if you see it, so you just memorize things and just get some of every time you go through it.
But we all here to help each other, inshallah.
Exactly, inshallah. All right.
Inshallah. So let's move forward. Give me 1 second. I'm texting somebody. Yeah, there is one Muslim guy, and I'm helping his campaign. So he's texting me. He's running for the Congress, 8th District Congress. Okay. All right. So let's move forward. So Yum install is done. So what we need to do now is we need to turn on the HTTPD. Okay, so systemctl status HTTPD. Oh, you know what? Actually, I need to install HTTPD too. Okay, so yum install HTTPD. Okay, so you need an HTTPD too. Okay, can somebody tell me what will happen when I start the HTTPD?
It will start the server,
Very good. Okay, so okay, so system CTO start. First enable it. When I type this enable, when the system restarts, it's gonna be starting, okay? And then right here it says enable. That's what we're looking for. It was disabled. Good. Now we're gonna start system CTL start HTTPD. Okay, so it's active here. So what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna go in the browser and then type the IP address. So the IP address is 10.0.2.113. The my network 192.168.56.115. And then I have to disable the firewall.
Firewall.
Yeah, system CTL status control-D. So it's active. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to stop. Then I'm going to disable it. Okay, let's see the status. Okay, so it's disabled and it's inactive. So let me refresh it here. So the web server is on. Okay, the web server is on. Okay, yeah, it's working. Okay, so system CTL disable firewall. Okay, and then stop. So stop, disable. Okay, now and then you have to enable the system CTL enable. System CTL. Okay, so now what you have to do is, since we install the TFTP server, there are some directories. There is a folder TFTP is created here. So if you go back to cd/root, and if you do ls here, you should have a TFTP server here, right? Okay, so if this is a folder is not there, create one, okay? I need to create a directory here, mkdir -p tftp boot/images, okay? So when I do -p, what will happen?
Permissions, all permissions are modified.
No.
What's the step? No.
Last S.
It's letting you create the subdirectories.
Yeah, exactly. It creates the directories. It will look for the directory. If it doesn't exist, it will create it. -p means it will create a directory within the directory. If the directory exists, then it won't create it. It will go ahead and create the directory which doesn't exist in the command. Okay. So let me copy this. Okay, and copy this. Okay. So now, now you have to copy the virtual memory Linux file. Okay. So VMLINUV. This stands for virtual memory Linux. That's what it stands for, virtual memory Linux. Okay, don't ask me why, but that's how it is. Okay, so what we're going to do is we're going to go to the location where this is located. Okay, so we go to, it's located in, the folder is located in cd_var, and it's located in www, then HTML, then you know what, you have to copy some items of the yum server here. So hold on. Okay. Okay, give me one moment here. Okay, let me start this Yum server. Um, um, okay, guys, my bad here. So what you need is prerequisite. Prerequisite is you need to set up Yum server. Okay, and on top of that, Yum server already has HTTPD, so you don't need to worry about that. So the package, all this looks good to me here. Okay. So far you guys are with me, right? Prerequisite is Yum server. Install. You do this on the Yum server here, okay? Okay, so let me connect through. Okay, so I'm going to continue on, and I'm going to continue. First, you have to set up a Yum server. Follow the instructions. If you want to do it, start on you do it from on the existing Yum server you already have. Okay. Can you guys following me, right?
So Zafar, you think that we should have the Yum server already installed?
Yeah. Yes.
So you'll install
So you have Yum repository recreating. Is that the one you're talking about?
Yeah, the old Yum server. I'm using old Yum server here. So prerequisite is set up Yum server. Okay, set up Yum server. On top of that, then we're going to install other packages and make it a Pixie boot server also. So Yum server, usually Yum server and Pixie boot server at your job is different. But for Pixie boot to work, it needs the Yum server services.
You mean like wherever we're going to install all the Yum packages, right? Yum server. That's the thing that's just making us confused, I guess, a little bit. When you say like set up a Yum server, so we already create the Yum repository, like where we install all the Yum packages from.
So the Yum server is going to use the Pixie server is going to be the same exact setup as Yum server.
Mm-hmm.
But on top of that, there are additional services which are running, which makes it a Pixie server.
Okay.
Yum server is giving out the packages, and the Pixie server is going to give out the images, ISO images.
Right, we're gonna run like whatever the package that needs to install runs the Pixie services.
Yeah.
On that server, so it's gonna call Pixie server.
Exactly.
So are you using Yum server right now, right?
Yeah, I'm using Yum server. So you need a Yum server as a base.
As a base, okay.
Okay, so we need Yum server as base because it's almost using everything what a Yum server has. Okay, we'll see why. Okay, so I installed on top of the Yum server. I installed DHCP, TFTP, and syslinux. Okay. All right, that is done. Then I'm gonna see. So this is disabled here, right? So let's check the status first to confirm. System CTL status firewall D. Okay, so it's dead and inactive, and then it's disabled during boot. And then let's see system CTL status HTTPD. Okay, so yeah, it's working now. So now what I'm going to do is I'm going to go there here, and then the TFTP files are not there, the folder, so I'm going to create one manually. Okay, and then I'm going to create another folder. This is a Pixie Linux. This is where the client is going to come and look for this files here. So this is a CFG folder I'm creating, config folder, Pixie Linux.cfg, Pixie Linux.cfg. Okay. Okay. Now I'm going to go into this folder here because the part of a Yum folder is we did a bunch of configuration, correct? Part of a Yum setup is we copied the file image in here to MMP and all this here. Okay, so good. So I'm going to go to cd var www html, and then I think Red Hat 7. Okay, and then let's see I need to go into this folder here, images. Okay, and then LX, and then see there is a pixie boot in here. This is a part of a Yum server. It's already there. And then I do ls here, and then I'm after this file here. I need to copy this Linux, VM Linux. Don't ask me why is the name not X, why is the name Z. And you can see it's in different color too. So what this is it's a big file. Yeah, it's a 5.6 megabit file here. So this is a virtual. How do I explain this? When you do the kickstart here, it's create a virtual environment when the system is booting here. So I need to take you back to. I need you guys to take you back to the boot initialization. I think this is not updated here. Okay. So all these things are going to come into picture here. Boot happens, boot grab. Okay, initializes kernel, and then it will initialize, turn on the software drivers, mount, and kickstart the init process. Okay, moment boot initialization happens. This initialize the operating system and process control too. You know, actually, let me come back to this here later. When we are actually doing the system boot after this setup. Okay, so all these things are part of a boot initialization. Okay, let's just keep it that way for now. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to copy this file here to this folder here, images folder. Okay. So I'm going to do cp/tftp images. Okay, so what I'm going to do is, I do ls. So the file is there, okay? Okay. And now I'm going to copy this file here to the second folder I created. Okay? Okay. Now actually I need to copy it to the images folder, not the second folder here. Okay, so let me do ls here. So I have two files here. I need these two files into this folder here. Okay? So and then copy here. Now copy init RD. Okay, so what is init RD file? Init RD. Okay, so here's the feedback in computing, specifically as regard to Linux computing. Init RD is an initial RAM disk in a scheme for loading a temporary root files into the memory. Okay, yeah, this is a good example. I'll come back to these, so don't worry about this. Okay, so this is the definition, and we need to copy this here. Okay, let me save this before. Okay, so now we need to go into the etc folder, right? etc folder is what? It has all the configuration files here. So the file we are after is xinitd file, okay? So we're gonna do vi xin. So this is a system generated file, I think. You know, I'm not sure. It may have been created by the TFTP file. TFTP service we installed, right? We installed a TFTP server here. So it may have been created by a TFTP package, okay? Okay, so I'm going to do vi access the directory. Oh, okay. I'm sorry. The file is a TFTP file we do it. Okay. Now edit the TFTP file. TFTP file. Okay. So where is this file located? vi/etc/xinit. Okay. Alright, everybody with me so far?
I'm trying, brother.
Okay, yeah, I mean, don't sweat too much because You will get it. You just have the instructions. If we have successfully working here, then instructions will help you, okay?
Oh yeah, definitely. That's what I'm waiting for. I mean, you are going back and forth, which is kind of confusing right now, but once it will work, and then we're going to follow the documents, and then it's going to make sense for sure.
Okay, good. Okay, so now I'm going to edit. All these things are going to be default. This is a UDP protocol, and weight is yes, and user is root, server is user bin TFTPD, server arguments. I'm going to just change it to TFTP boot here. Okay, and then disable. Right now it's disabled, so I'm going to make it enable. So disable is equal to no. That means that makes it enabled here. Okay, and then CPS, I don't know what that is. And this is the IP4. So the only thing you are editing is server arguments, not touching anything in here. And all these are commented out there, means you don't really need to worry about it. So you only worried about what I'm putting in here. Okay, so you edited only this part here. And yeah, you disabled, you made it no. Okay. Okay, good. Okay, now now what I need to do is I need to start the TFTP service. Okay, so the name of the service is systemctl. Okay, start. Let's do status. XMETD. Okay, start status. Okay, so the TFTP is on and it's running, and then I'm going to enable it. I'm going to enable when the system restarts. So here it says indirect here. So start this and enable it. Okay, and what else I do here? And then I need to make sure if the service is running, okay? let's see. Okay, so this TFTP runs on port 69. Okay, netstat. If netstat is not installed, just install it. Okay, so it is on here. You see UDP. Yeah. The service is on.
So how do we know the service is wrong?
We turn the service on and then it's running on port 69. Port 69 is reserved for TFTP.
TFTP.
What is port 22 reserved for?
Putty.
Yeah, what is putty anyway?
Secure shell.
Yeah, SSH. Yeah. So port 22 is reserved for SSH. Okay. So let me put this on. Okay. So now now what we need to do is we need to copy some files from the syslinux. We installed a syslinux application, right? So we'll see if that folder is there. So go to CD, USR, share, syslinux. Okay, and let's do ls there. And the file we are interested in is menu.c32. Okay, so we're going to copy this file here. And then I'm going to copy it to the TFTP folder. TFTP boot folder I have created. Did I create a TFTP boot folder? Oh, okay, TFTP. Okay, so the folder I created earlier here, this one, I'm going to copy this menu here. So it's going to be a boot menu, okay? You will see when you reboot, when you boot it up. And then another file I need is Linux file. Linux.0. These two files I need it. Okay, so let's go to cd tftp boot. So in here, total we have in total we copied 4 files so far, right? You agree with me?
Yes, brother.
Okay, so okay, good. And then let's see here in this folder. No. So let me go back here. Now what we have to do is we have to copy the DHCP config file. Okay, so where is the DHCP config file? It's in cd usr share, and then okay, so we need to copy this file here. Okay, so this is a sample file. So let's do ls ewd. So we're copying this file here. So we're copying this example file. I need to copy this example file to the folder etc dhcp. This is a configuration folder, and then I'm gonna copy to the dhcp config file. Okay, before that, let me go into duplicate session. Okay, let me go in here and then look at what this file is about. So we already have a DHCP config file in here, right? So I'm going to do cat. So this is pretty much a blank file here. So let's go ahead and copy this example, and then I'm going to override it. So let's see this file is. Okay, it has some script in it here, okay? So let me get out of this. So let me go in here. Before that, Okay. So now before we continue, we need to gather some IP address information here, okay? So you type IP ADDR. So what we need is, we need this line here. IP address, this is a broadcast address, and then the net mask is always 255.255.255.0. Okay. Should I stop here or,
what is this address that you have highlighted? It's not a broadcast address either, brother?
It's a broadcast address.
So what is a 255, 255, 250? What is that address?
There is a net mask here. I don't know why it's not showing up in here. Usually what net mask is, let me show it on the Windows. That is more on the internet side. Properties. So you have the IP address, you have the subnet is the net mask, then you have a gateway here. So why am I not seeing here?
Probably you're using DHCP?
Yeah. IP ADDRLS. Okay, let me put here CMD. Okay, here. IP address is a specific IP address of the computer. Subnet mask is most of the time for home users is 255.255.255.0. And this is the default gateway this is coming from the router. And I'm not sure if I ever mentioned a router is actually a DHCP server. Did you remember that or no?
I don't remember.
I think you did. That's right, I remember. You told me about it.
Yeah. What your router is also a DHCP server is, so it's a little complicated. You know what, actually, let me stop you here. We'll figure out exactly where it comes from. I will explain this to you tomorrow, examples. Then we'll move forward with DHCP server.
So I'm just curious, before we hang up, brother, how far are we, or should we try anything to do before tomorrow, or should we do it after tomorrow's class?
Yeah.
About PHP server?
It will take another 2 hours for the PHP server to complete.
So that means there's nothing that we should be practicing tonight individually or doing a group study?
No.
About it? Okay. Okay, then we take tomorrow.
You could study something else, But
Yeah, other than PHP server. Okay, got it.
Okay.
And before you hang up, can you do me one more favor? If you go to this document,
Yeah.
just go from the line 1 for the PHP server and just walk us through once so that we can refresh our memory one more time what we did in less than 5 minutes.
So set up Yum server. You have the Yum server, set up everything as you do on the Yum server, right?
Okay, so we need to have that one.
Yeah, keep the Yum server in place.
Okay.
Okay, so follow these instructions. So the one I already have.
Yes, we got that.
On the Yum server, then install these 3 packages, DHCP, TFTP, and Sys Linux.
Got it.
Okay, and disable the firewall. So if it's Yum server, it should already be disabled. and start HTTPD. It's already been started with the YAM server. And now, then make the new directory here, tftp boot / images and tftp boot / pixielinux.pfg.
And this TFTP boot will become when we install TFTP server.
Yeah, that is where
Okay.
the image coming from.
Okay.
Okay, then what we did was we copied the system generated virtual memory Linux file, which is already in this place here. This is coming from the CD. Okay, so if we go here, so I have this CentOS CD here. If I explore this CD, and this, so I'm exploring the CD here. Okay, this CD came with the package here. So in here, this is the images folder, because we copied this. Remember one time we used WinSCP to copy the entire CD to the server.
Yeah, we did that.
Yeah, when we were creating this YAM repository.
Yeah, if you do YAM repository, everything should be there. Okay, then you go into the images folder, and then there is a Pixie boot folder in here, and this is the file we need to copy here. VM Linux, and this file is created from the beginning of the computer age. These files are coming down here. I mean, it's not the exact file. It may have seen the upgrades and all that, but these are very, very old files. You could trace these files back to 70s. Okay. So we copied these two files here to the folder we need here. We copied to the TFTP images folder. And now, yeah, so we copied two files to the images folder at this point. So which one are these? Init MRD and VM Linux files here. So this is these two files. And what is init RAM? init RD, this is what it is. You could learn about it. But you could read a couple times here, but don't swear about it. Okay? Now, then I went into the images into Pixie boot folder, and then I copied the, so I'm just repeating it. So far I copied two files here. Okay? Then we need to edit the TFTP file here, so we just pointed this root to TFTP boot folder. So this is the boot folder we pointed it to. Okay, so when the server is going to go through these two folders here and then read those files in there. And then it is said to disable it, made it yes, so don't disable it, make it enable. And then we started the TFTP service here. Okay, so for this configuration file, it's working now. And it's running on port 69. Okay, and now, then we copied another two files here. We went into the syslinux. Syslinux this folder was not there. This folder was created when we installed the syslinux package here, okay? So when you did yum install whatever you did, these packages, they know where to create the files and folders. They do it for you. Actually, it will show you. Did I talk to you about when RPM which files it creates here? Okay, hold on.
So you did everything on YAM repo server, nothing on the one you already did, like the server, right?
Yeah, YAM server is the base.
Okay.
So let's see RPM-QI syslimit. Okay, RPM. Okay, RPM directories, right? Okay, so RPM-QL. Okay, so when the package is installed, it created all these files here. Okay, so it may be a small package, but it has done this much damage to the system. Damage in the sense it created these many files here. So when Yum is installing, it's actually doing all this, the files, folders it's creating. If it's not already there, it will create one for you. Okay, good. So this is where all those files are coming from because we installed this software here. So we copied these two files here to TFTP boot again. Okay, TFTP boot is very important at this moment. So far we copied 4 files: image, menu, pixie linux.0, pixie linux.config file. Okay. Now, since we installed the DHCP, now the DHCP package is installed. So what you could do is you could do DHCP. Okay, so DHCP. Okay, DHCP also can install bunch of things here. Okay. So we are taking these example files here and put it in there. I'm sorry, right here. We did this DHCP config example files here, and then we're going to name it to the DHCP that config file here. So let's see if it created. Okay, yeah, see here, etc sysconfig DHCP is coming from. Oh no, it's not the same file here. Okay, yeah. etc DHCP sysconfig file is being created by this DHCP folder. I mean the package. Okay, so it's clear in your mind that when you install something, that package is doing a lot of activity. It may create files, folder, configuration files, and change. It may also automatically change the configuration of the system. Okay, I'm going to stop here.
Thank you, Brother Zafar. And now it makes sense to me why you say that we need to spend 2 hours every day.
You got to spend 2 hours, I'm telling you.
Yeah, now it makes sense.
Yeah.
Thank you, Brother Zafar. We'll see you tomorrow, Brother Zafar. Thank you very much.
Okay. I'm going to end here. We'll talk tomorrow, inshallah. Allah.
Allah.